Romeo and Juliet. In the town of Verona there lived two families, the Capulets and the Montagues. They engaged in a bitter feud. Among the Montagues was Romeo, a hot-blooded young man with an eye for the ladies. One day, Romeo attended the feast of the Capulets, a costume party where he expected to meet his love, Rosaline, a haughty beauty from a well-to-do family. Once there, however, Romeo's eyes fell upon Juliet, and he thought of Rosaline no more. The vision of Juliet had been invading his every thought. Unable to sleep, Romeo returned late that night to the Juliet's bedroom window. There, he was surprised to find Juliet on the balcony, professing her love for him and wishing that he were not a Montague, a name behind his own. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Romeo was ready to deny his name and professed his love. The two agreed to meet at 9 o'clock the next morning to be married. Early the next morning, Romeo came to Friar Lawrence begging the friar to marry him to Juliet. The friar performed the ceremony, praying that the union might someday put an end to the feud between the two families. He advised Romeo kept the marriage a secret for a time. On the way home, Romeo chanced upon his friend Mercutio arguing with Tybalt, a member of the Capulet clan. That quarreling last caused Mercutio died. Romeo was reluctant no longer. He drew his sword and slew Tybalt died. Romeo realized he had made a terrible mistake. Then Friar Lawrence advised Romeo to travel to Mantua until things cooled down. He promised to inform Juliet. In the other hand, Juliet's father had decided the time for her to marry with Paris. Juliet consulted Friar Lawrence and made a plot to take a sleeping potion for Juliet which would simulate death for 3 days. The plot proceeded according to the plan. Juliet was sleeping in death. Unfortunately, the friar's letter failed to reach Romeo. Under the cover of darkness, he broke into Juliet's tomb. Romeo kissed the lips of his Juliet one last time and drank the poison. Meanwhile, the effects of the sleeping potion wear off. Juliet woke up calling for Romeo. She found her love next to her but was lying dead, with a cup of poison in his hand. She tried to kiss the poison from his lips, but failed. Then Juliet put out his dagger and plunged it into her breast.